Find yourself in the Beachview area of Pittsburgh? Check out the official pizza of this show, Slice on Broadway, sharing an abnormal obsession with pizza we can relate to. Check them out at sliceonbroadway.com and tell them this show sent you.
This week we talk about the birds and the bots on Boss Battle. Welcome everybody to Boss Battle number 97, a show in which the writers of InsertCoinToBegin.com get together and talk about video games. And I'm your host Bobby F. J. Tom. But first, let's find out what everybody achieved this week. Sorg, how about you? What'd you achieve?
Hey, I did a good bit. I started if I'm working from home, a lunch tradition of spending about a half an hour with Zelda Twilight Princess. I was apparently about halfway through that and resurrecting my save game from 2009 and trying to remember where the hell I was.
Also, I'm gonna go back.
Oh yeah. Starting to get into Angry Birds, the RPG epic. I like it so far. It's kind of cool. And I played some other random stuff. Oh, I was trying some of the Steam machine, or the Steam streaming in home from the machine down here. I actually killed off the live stream this week and tried this machine as kind of like a Steam server, and also tried a few things to see how they would play just on the laptop in general, on the Windows laptop. So just a smattering of stuff. Like I loaded, didn't play much of stuff like that's been sitting in my collection forever from Humble Bundles, like Burnout Paradise, some Mirror's Edge. I played the iPad one the whole way through. Stuff like that, like some random stuff. So I'm going to start getting digging into that collection I have that I haven't even dusted off. This is like your Halo 4 times like 50.
Yeah, exactly.
There.
I have a lot of Humble Bundle stuff to go through too, from Cap. So
tons of stuff. It's like, really? Wait, I own this game? Oh, cool. Let's play this.
All right, Chachi, what did you achieve this week?
Dark Face.
Woo.
No, I wrote a review for Jack and Jill. 5 out of 5. Go read it at InsertCoinToBegin.com. Friday, I bought Watch Dogs used because people were selling it already. And between Friday night and Saturday morning, I outplayed you and Rizz both.
Yep. I haven't played it for a while.
I'm about 3/4 of the way through the game. I have 14 main missions left, and then I'll just run around and hack all of the things. But yeah, that's all I've played, other than the mobile games, so I can keep doing my work. So yeah, game of the year.
Interesting.
Hands down.
Yeah, you know, Chachi's right.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down, game of the year.
That's including Unity, which is probably going to come out soon.
Destiny.
That's whatever.
Which we are going to talk about later.
Well, it includes the Assassin's Creed game that comes out and
Yeah,
the
that's
Call
what I
of
mean.
Duty
The
game.
Unity game.
Yeah, it includes both Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty. This is game of the year.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Rizz, what did you achieve this week?
You know, the usual Dark Souls 2. I also played Abomination Tower, which is a pretty cool free-to-play game on the browser. You can just go on to, I forget what the site is called, but it is addicting and it's pretty fun. And you know, just the usual, like, you know, Mario Kart 8, and that's about it.
All right.
Did you really?
What?
Really? You're just gonna skip the elephant in the room?
Yeah, you're gonna skip over the fact that
You're gonna skip the fact that I bought a Wii U.
You bought a Wii U?
That's how we played Mario Kart 8.
Yes.
You do what?
I bought I told you.
Here's the funny thing.
You bought a Wii U?
No, I told everybody on here.
You said you were going to, but I didn't believe you.
I was going to.
Wow.
Here's the funny thing, though. Rizz messages me on GChat like Rizz normally does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey,
Normally.
guess what I did? And I'm
And
like,
you knew,
yeah, I knew
exactly
instantly.
what happened.
Like 100%, I'm like bought a Wii U.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm just going to point this out right now.
Mm-hmm.
From the original, second best Mario Kart game out. Second
I
best.
disagree.
You haven't played it.
Double Dash. Double Dash is better than
You GTFO.
GTFI.
But yeah, the game's amazing on this thing.
I wouldn't doubt it. I was thinking about getting one too, but not for a
And
while.
Reggie was right. And I'm gonna put a nice little article in insert point to begin about it, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. Reggie was right.
Cool. All right, and from the chat. From the chat first. Brother Sorg played Soul Calibur 2. Awesome game. He got a little further in Duke Nukem 3D, and Duke Nukem 3D is the birth episode, and he played Disney's Infinity. So he has a free version on PC. So that's kind of...
Yeah, actually, I played some of that too. I played through like the introductory thing you can download on your PC. They can actually do kind of give you a virtual Mr. Incredible, so you can play through the Incredibles playset.
Nice.
So
you don't actually get the figure; you just get the...
Yeah, and you can actually buy the figures instead of buying the full figures for like I guess they're $12, $13. You can actually buy a $6 virtual version. Just because really the figures give you access, it seems.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of looking into it since like this is the way everything's going. I just want to see what Disney's doing with it and see if maybe I want to pick up a couple Marvel guys later. If I don't pick up a couple of Incredibles in the meantime. So yeah.
Hey Bobby.
What did I achieve this week?
What did you achieve this week?
I achieved. I lived for 13 years as a Pomeranian in Tokyo Jungle. I can't stop playing that game. It's weird.
Is that your new Marvel Avengers Alliance?
Yes, it is. And I purchased a new PS3 game, which was actually a PS2 classic. I purchased Fire Pro Wrestling Returns for $10. Trying to figure out the creator wrestler so I can modernize it a little bit, but so far it's really cool. I'm glad I downloaded it. So the sound is weird on it. So, but all right, we're gonna go to around the net right now with Chachi. Chachi, take us around the net.
What the hell is that?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, my mic's on.
I was gonna say, I was like, the lights coming on?
Is this their own show?
Are we following some buzzards somewhere?
Video game themed things from around the internet. Runners up this week. Harvest Moon allows same-sex marriage. So I guess Nintendo makes up for it a little bit. And a modder found
A little bit.
Harvest Moon?
Yeah.
Not the Tamagotchi?
No, it's Harvest Moon.
Oh.
No.
You're harvesting moons.
And a modder found the original 3D graphics for Watch Dogs on the PC. Apparently, they never permanently took them out. They were just hidden in the install files. So we restored them, and the game is completely playable if your machine can handle it. So the links for those are over at insertcointobegin.com. Click on the handy-dandy link that says Video Game Themed Things from around the internet. On to the main players this week. I got some really fun stuff in here this time. First up is a browser game that is trying to go legit PC game called Cat Lateral Damage. Think Goat Simulator, but cat.
Is with kitties.
I have heard about this game.
Yeah, you run around as a cat, destroying your owner's stuff.
Which is basically a cat.
Yeah. There's 3 different versions you can play of the demo. One is a 2.5 minute knockdown 100 things version. The other is a 3 minute 30,000 point goal game, and then the last is just open world. where you can go from room to room and destroy whatever you want. So that's over at catlateraldamage.com/play, or you can get the link from insertcoinbegin.com.
Oh, that sounds like something Bubsy would say.
Let's not never speak of Bubsy again.
Next up is probably one of the most adorable kids on the internet. It's a 30-minute video, and I'm going to go ahead and stipulate now that you don't have to watch all 30 minutes, of a 3-year-old British child playing Portal 2. It's hilarious, and watching a couple minutes of it needs to be done, because she has a little British accent, and her commentary on the game from her perspective is entertaining.
And everything in British is adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be a full-grown British person, and it's still adorable.
Right?
Yes. And last but not least, Pixel Kingdom on YouTube recreated the Game of Thrones intro with
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Legend of Zelda.
Mm.
They did the same style as the Game of Thrones theme, and made all the Zelda, all the buildings and stuff from A Link to the Past from Super Nintendo, into the villages and stuff from Game of Thrones. Minute 41 seconds long. Definitely worth the full sit through.
Nice.
Even if you're not a Game of Thrones, you've had to have seen at least the intro by now. It's all over the internet.
And the music is amazing for it.
Yeah.
We've been humming it all night pretty much.
Yeah.
Because of me, because I just watched.
But that's all I have this week. So tune in next week as we make Sorg run naked backwards through a cornfield.
Oh no.
Wait, what was this week? Was there anything this week?
I said welcome to the show where what did I say? Oh, I said welcome to the show where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
All right.
So yeah, Sorg naked backwards cornfield.
All right.
This has been this week's edition of Video Game Themed Thing from around the internet. Net. Back to you, Bobby.
All right, it's time for things you should be made aware of. We're going to start off with some news bits here, and the first story we have, guys, Capcom might be for sale. They have not renewed their takeover defense contract, so they can be bought out by somebody. I don't know if they're going to be bought out, but it's kind of like I don't want them to be bought out, but I kind of do, so they can bring Mega Man back. Have somebody take over.
You're not looking forward to Namco Bandai Capcom being a thing?
That would be kind of cool, actually.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because Namco Bandai is coming back.
Yeah, I can see them. I can see them merging into one entity, which because they did cross Tekken. So I mean, it's plausible. Would you guys be for that?
Sure. If anybody's going to, sure. Everybody merges. I mean, Square Enix is a thing, and I love Hitman and Tomb Raider games now.
Yeah.
So it needs to happen. Sometimes it makes things better. Sometimes it's a giant cluster F.
True. So
I mean, the Mass Effect games wouldn't be the series that it is if it wasn't for EA and BioWare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much shit as that we had on there, it would not be the big juggernaut that it is. Because they need money.
Yeah. Well, we're going to shift now from a company that could be possibly bought out to a company that's back. Guys, THQ's back.
What?
THQ is back from the dead.
Oh no.
Nordic Games, which bought the social media rights to THQ, and they actually bought Darksiders from THQ, they've decided that nobody knows who the hell Nordic Games is, so they're going to go with the known name of THQ now. They're just going to switch everything over to the THQ branding because, like one of the articles even said on Kotaku, who the hell is Nordic Games? So they've decided, since they have the branding for it, they might as well just use it. And I don't fault them for this at all. I mean, if would you rather pick up a game from THQ or a game from Nordic Software?
What's
like,
the game?
Probably Darksiders.
No, neither.
The Darksiders games were actually pretty good. Like I played Darksiders 1. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of more like
Honestly,
a Legend of Zelda.
THQ, the brand name, doesn't have anything to stand on right now.
Yeah.
They don't have the rights to the WWE brand.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have Saints Row. They don't have anything worth noting.
Darksiders.
So unless they find something, I don't care.
I mean, I don't fault Nordic Games though. I mean, because I don't know what Nordic Games is, and to have that THQ like branding is a little better than their own company name. It gives them a jump in the right direction, and maybe they can rebuild THQ. Who knows?
The thing. Why go about doing that when you can make your brand the big brand? What make your brand noticeable? People say, "Hey, what is Nordic Games?" And then they change their name. No, they want to make their name known.
It's easier to
so
buy.
It's kind of
no. It's easier.
Let's go to THQ.
In the end, they want to sell games.
Yeah.
And if they can do it under THQ, and the people that aren't reading all these news things see a THQ game on the shelves, and how many people were buying THQ games, despite the bad press they got towards the end there.
Why? Because they saw that it was a THQ branded game.
Yeah, I mean, isn't there a consideration?
People still buy Nintendo games because they were LJN games, and those games sucked. They're it's an LGN game. Yeah, I need to get it.
Yeah, I mean, there was the brand matters, and for better or worse, THQ has a brand, and it's a lot easier to buy a brand like this than to make one. Trust me.
And if you're gonna buy it, why not use it?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, look at how much Atari's been tossed around all the years, right?
Yeah. So, all right. Our next story, Sorg. This might either break you or
oh my god! Listen. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you how my day?
Go aheed. Go for it.
Tell you how my day went Monday. I got home. Okay. I got up. I gotta go to work. Today I gotta go travel. I put my little, I put my little Angry Birds Band-Aid on my foot. This is legit. I got this toe thing, and I just put a Band-Aid on to make sure everything's safe. I'll talk a little about it over those kids. And then I get to work, and then there's like, you know what? I want to install Bad Piggies and stuff, and I had installed RPG over the weekend. I'm like, I'm gonna freshen up my Angry Birds. Then I open up Google Plus. I say, oh my god, they're making a Transformers Angry Birds. My life is complete.
But why?
Who cares? Who cares? If you're into Transformers, if you're into Angry Birds, then you got me. And I will buy the Angry Bird Optimus Prime, okay? I mean, this is happening.
Not only is it going to be games, but it's also going to be toys.
I noticed something. And I noticed something. Well, it's always toys. These guys are branding juggernauts as far as this goes. I noticed something when I was poking around, because you go to the Toons section on the games, and they don't just have Angry Birds cartoons. They have episodes of Transformers, the original series.
Oh, wow.
They have episodes of other cartoons on there as well. I guess the idea being kids are playing this, and they go and they know there's a cartoons thing, and now they can watch all this other stuff, which keeps them in the Rovio app. So there's like 6 episodes of Transformers, like not a lot, not a ton, but still, it's like, it starts at More Than Meets the Eye, the original episode, and it goes from there, At
least it introduces kids who might not know what Transformers are back in the day.
Exactly, it's new to somebody, and little kids will be like, oh, Transformers, and they'll watch the old ones as well as the new ones, The young kids don't care, it's a cartoon. You know,
It's flashing colors that are moving on a screen.
and that's the thing. Transformers is new to a lot of different people because of the movies and the new cartoons and everything. So this is much for the little kids as it is for me, which is definitely a little bit for me because if you look at this cover art that they put out, okay, that looks kind of cool. A lot of Transformers and stuff, and it's like, oh, that looks familiar. That looks a lot like that artwork from the Transformers, the movie from 1984, 20th anniversary special edition, or was it 80? I'm sorry, 86. That I might own like 3 copies of.
On Laserdisc.
On Laserdisc.
My friend actually has it on Laserdisc.
I have it on VHS from Canada in 2 DVD editions.
Fancy.
Yep.
Fancy.
But you know
what? Blanca Judy, the chief marketing officer of Rovio, made an official announcement and said, "We're really excited to combine the iconic Transformers universe with the quirky world of Angry Birds. This mashup is going to appeal to both of those who grew up with the brand in the 80s as well as fans of the brand today. People are going to love it." And I think what that statement is saying, you were raised on Transformers, your kids were raised on Angry Birds. Let's combine the two and make some money. So, I think it's a good move.
I enjoy in this post, somebody was having fun with this, like, hey, Angry Birds and Hasbro. Well, the comment is, I suppose it won't be long before many a day is ruined. And they show a picture, it looks like somebody put together a picture, I don't think this is legit, of Angry Birds My Little Pony. There you go.
I see. Yeah.
I bet they'll do it. I bet they'll
probably do it.
Oh,
I can't wait for Angry Birds G.I. Joe,
Angry Birds Powerpuff Girls. They're back.
Angry Birds Ninja Turtles.
Angry Birds.
They're going to do a lot of different things because they know the market.
And Angry Birds was starting to run out of steam, so maybe this is something.
No, it's not starting.
I think it. I think they were.
I don't think it's running out.
Oh, they were.
No, maybe to you because you're tired of them because they are everywhere.
Well, everywhere you see the Angry Birds stuff's on clearance though nowadays.
That's because it's making way for the next round of Transformers Angry Birds.
I love how this is starting an argument right now.
It's not an argument. I'm just saying.
Bobby, you respect the Angry Birds. You have respect for the Angry Birds.
Hey guys, can I just point out that Angry Birds is terrible? Just want to throw that out there.
I don't mind Angry Birds.
That is a direct quote that Bobby told me in G-Chat the other day.
Bobby! Bobby, you son of a bitch!
He completely said, he was like, hey,
Chachi is putting words in my mouth.
I was like, yeah, Bobby.
Out of the blue.
You know what?
Out of the blue,
I like how Bobby just says, hey, Chach.
Hey, Chachi.
Hey, Chach.
Hey, Chach. Angry Birds sucks.
That's it.
I just had to get that off my chest.
He said it.
I love my Angry Birds.
Everything.
I has all the Angry Birds.
When Bobby said that,
he completely Reddited it.
Yeah.
He sent the unpopular opinion puff in, and he was like, "This is my thought, Josh."
He got on Reddit and said, "I hate Angry Birds. Ask me anything."
And then he put the emoji right on the at the end there.
I upvoted it with my fake accounts.
Yep. He was like, "Yeah, Angry Birds is a terrible game. Overrated."
Can we move on to the next topic?
You're the host.
You're the angry host.
Control.
I'm going without you guys.
You're the host that just pissed off the engineer.
Screw your Angry Birds. All right, let's talk about Petere Dinklage, okay?
Oh.
Petere Dinklage
he doesn't like the Angry Birds either.
Nope. It was a direct quote that Bobby asked him for.
Hey, Dink.
He was like, hey, Dink.
Actually, no, the direct quote from Petere Dinklage is this week.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I'm going to find it. That wizard came from the moon. That is a direct quote from Petere Dinklage in the new game Destiny. That wizard came from the moon. A lot of people are like saying about the Destiny beta, saying it's a really good game, but they were kind of mildly disappointed in the fact that Petere Dinklage didn't do his best work as Ghost. You're basically your robotic companion in the game. he's kind of phoning in his lines, but if they give him lines like that to recite, it's not going to be his best work. And I watched the video of him of the guy playing the game, and he does in fact say that wizard came from the moon. I have no other words.
Is that before or after he says that Angry Birds sucks?
It was after.
Okay.
That's what hooked me in.
Is it too early to say Destiny is going to flop?
Did he tell you? Did you?
I mean,
did he tell you this after opening the door to the bathroom?
Yes.
And holding you at
Spoiler alert.
I don't give a. It's 2 days later. It's on you. It's on all of you.
Say more one more time.
Anyways, the game is in an early stage right now, so they could retouch it, and I'm hoping they retouch it. But as of right now, it's kind of, why would I get Petere Dinklage if you're not going to use him?
How much money do they spend in this game again?
Crap ton.
They better make sure this game is perfect.
Yeah. I mean, it's Bungie. I mean, they've done well with Halo. They're moving on to a new franchise for them, so who knows? So, but people are saying the gameplay of the game is actually really good. So it's just the voice acting they were a little disappointed in. So, all right, Chachi, I think you went to an art exhibit?
I did. Art 8-Bit is an exhibit put on by our friends at Toonseum, sponsored by local gaming company Shell Games, in which the artist, help me out, Sorg.
Victor Dandridge. Victor Dandridge.
What's the artist's name?
Victor Dandridge.
Victor Dandridge.
That's it. Victor and they're available for order on his website. But what he did is he did 8-bit versions of a crap ton of pop culture figures.
Mm-hmm.
In the exhibit, they're all trading card size. There's 159 of them. Ranging from everything from Doctor Who to Harry Potter. Cartoons, video games, movies. He did a Jay and Silent Bob one. And so these are all available on the website that's linked in the article. And what you do is you walk in, you give them the money to get into the Toonseum, and they you go to the exhibit, which is in the Lou Schreimer room, and there's a blank Excel sheets, basically, with lines for everyone, and they're holding a contest through the end of the exhibit on July 7th, that the person who correctly guesses the most receives a prize package. But the art is incredible. You can go over to the guy's website in the article and order custom 8-bit prints on 11x17 poster paper. It's 1 for $20 or 2 for $30, I believe. So I mean, they're not expensive and they're really well done. And it's not easy to guess them. And it didn't help that I did it on my lunch break, so I was running out of time. But out of 159, I guessed 94 of them, and I got 90 correct.
Wow.
So we'll see how I do in comparison to the others. But yeah, it's definitely something that you should check out. Through July 7th, it's $8 to get into the Toonseum, and the money goes right back into the Toonseum. They are probably one of my favorite places in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's an amazing place. If you haven't been there yet, go check it out.
Alongside it, they have a Golden Books exhibit. Mm-hmm. If you were a child of the 70s and 80s and early 90s, Golden Books were a series of children's books with their own characters and sometimes other characters. But that exhibit is still going on as well. So
I remember
Chachi.org.
Chachi Plays, Sorg and I were looking through the Golden Books exhibit going, I had that one, I had that one, I had that one.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's reliving your childhood this time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Definitely worth the trek, if you want to come and check it out. Bobby, get in your car.
Yeah, I should. All right, Rizz, you want to lead us into our final round question here, which is, what was your favorite thing from E3? I know you wrote about your 5 favorite things from E3. Why don't you tell us about them?
Yeah, and these aren't like my personal awesome things. These are just like weird things that weren't in the press conferences or anything like that. The big show that both Sony and Microsoft and everybody, I know what you did there, Bobby, but everybody else did in their presentations. Like, for instance, the fact that the Minecraft exhibit at the Xbox studio, the Xbox area, nobody was playing their game at all.
Everybody has it.
Pretty much.
Everybody who has Minecraft has Minecraft. Who's going to have Minecraft probably has Minecraft by now.
And also, I did put on a topic about the White Knight, it's called. It looks amazing. It is one of those classic, I think it's more like an escape this house. I know I put in that it's like L.A. Noire, but it's kind of not. But it is in black and white, and I think the way you go around this house with a light, like just one light, and it shows everything in that house, like in that area, and you have to survive by maintaining your light. And in the promo that I have on Insert Coin to Begin, it references Alfred Hitchcock and everything. I know there's not a whole, think about 3 different things they said they took.
Alone in the Dark, American Expressionism, and Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. And it looks tremendous. And then also I delved in the fact that right now we are in a time where we are able to make our own video games. With Mario Maker and Project Spark, we have that ability to just go out there and make something.
I want a Mega Man Maker.
It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be great. It's kind of like Happy Wheels when it first came out.
I'm going to buy Capcom and I'm going to make my own Mega Man Maker.
There you go, Bobby.
Which is going to be the Mega Man franchise.
And then I'm going to buy Rubio and make Mega Man Angry Birds.
Yeah. And then I'm going to hate that game.
Yeah. And I also ended that third one with the fact that that whole game, that whole section of user created stuff in Project Spark will probably be flooded with Conquer games. And then Chachi and I were going back and forth after he told me what Bobby said about Angry Birds, like, but then I mentioned about I got the Wii U and it was black, the black version of Wii U, and then Chachi then counteract with Sony saying that white is the new game console.
Guys, I thought orange was the new black.
It's everything, Bobby. But I kind of found this weird for Sony to do, because they had that whole section at their press conference about their tech. Mm-hmm. The project, or what was it called? The 3D virtual reality thing they had.
Morpheus.
They were discussing about that. They were discussing about PlayStation TV. They were discussing about Sony TVs working with your PlayStation. But they forgot to mention, you know, we're gonna have a different color now. You know, just
No, they
variety.
mentioned that.
Did they?
Yeah, they mentioned that.
No, then Bobby, no. And then the last one I had to mention was a weird little thing. Even though we're all going to buy Assassin's Creed Unity, am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Most
We
likely.
are all going.
Well, if I get a system.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We are all going to be playing this game. But I remember a few months ago when this game was announced, and even that was the time of Liberation when it came out. One of the things that everybody loved was the fact that in Unity you had the chance to play as a female character. And in that gameplay promo that they had at their E3 press conference, they did not show the female character, and the female character has been scrapped, which is kind of awkward. If you want to read what Ubisoft said in their Act 2.
Didn't they say like they ran out of money to make the female character, which kind of bad excuse.
Yeah, pretty much. But if you want to read it, go to insertcointobegin.com. And now, the big question is, I said what I'd like in E3 on my article at Insert Coin to Begin. I'm going to start with Bobby.
Okay. I have two favorite things from E3. On separate consoles, so it's kind of swaying me a bit here. They're not Angry Birds. No,
because Bobby thinks they suck.
No, my favorite things from E3. I loved Sunset Overdrive. I think that's going to be a big game. I think it just looks so different from that game, that style of game, like the shooter. It just looks cool. It's like a rail based, just fun time. The other one was from PlayStation that I was most impressed with. I didn't mention it last week because I don't know why I didn't mention it, but No Man's Sky looks amazing. And I learned today that studio is only 4 people, and they had a flood, and it took out most of their equipment. And they came to E3 with what they showed. That's impressive. I mean, it's an independent game, and you can go around and explore other planets. You don't know what you're going to find on those planets. I just think it's going to be a huge game. And Sony is very, very sly for just picking that company up when they did. So it's a PlayStation exclusive. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chachi, what were your favorite things from E3?
Who wants to take a guess?
I'm going to guess Legend of Zelda, and that's why I didn't say that one. But they didn't really show much other than just what the game's going to look like.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They did exactly what I told them.
No, it doesn't matter.
They did exactly what I said
they announced
to do from the beginning.
Mm.
They announced it.
Yeah, they announced the game, and that's all I needed them to do. You can ask
Sorg. It's
the
same thing with me and... Yeah.
Last week...
it's the same thing with me and Master.
When they showed and announced that there would be a Legend of Zelda game, I almost had to replace my monitor at work because I could not put my wallet into their pockets immediately. Because I'm respectful of Nintendo. I'm not just going to throw my wallet at them.
That's what the tab key's for.
Yeah, I was going to just put my wallet in their pocket, and I couldn't.
Just put it in Reggie's pocket and just walk away.
Yep. Give a nice polite bow. Slip my wallet in his pocket. Say
just
nothing.
Hug the shit out of Reggie.
Yep. Just walk away.
Anything else?
Sorg.
Wow. I don't know. Man, I guess Assassin's Creed really stuck out with me. Of course, the Nintendo stuff. There's a Wii U in my future. Maybe not by the end of the year, although I am eyeballing it. And maybe I will jump in if I have the money. Maybe we'll do this, you know. But But no, it's definitely happening. I see that happening.
It is in my current.
I mean, it is. But I mean, are you guys on? Do you guys see yourselves grabbing a Wii U before you do one of the other consoles for the next generation?
Maybe it's a big maybe.
Yeah.
I abstain from this conversation.
Yes, we get it, Rizz. We get it, Rizz. You have one. Yes.
It depends. How much did you pay for it?
Yes, I will be picking up a Wii U before.
It was used?
It was about $220-ish.
This is where Nintendo's dangerous. It's that betweener thing. It's the, I'm not ready to jump into that. I'm perfectly happy with my Xbox. And then it's like, oh, they got a nice run of Nintendo games. I can catch up with all that stuff in the meantime. Okay.
This console is the buffer zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I don't like this console, I trade it in for an Xbox One. I trade it in for a PlayStation 4.
Oh, there you go.
I don't do that with an Xbox 360 unless I'm 100% sure I want to do that.
Yeah.
And this console has free everything. You mean you're telling me you don't have to pay for your Nintendo Direct whatever? I mean you telling me I don't have to spend money to play online?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Can I share a quick tip on that note? Speaking of Xbox and preparing for the Xbox One.
Tip.
Yeah, they just started this month, of course, the 2 free games for Xbox One. If you do not have an Xbox One, but you expect to get one in the not-too-distant future, you can buy them in the meantime.
Oh, nice.
And add them to your collection. So if you do this, ideally, if this works the way I think it's going to, by the time I get an Xbox One, I'll have a nice stack of games that include, right now, Halo Spartan Assault. I'm sorry, Halo Spartan Assault. And
I won't open that one.
Yeah, you don't want to open that one. So there's something there. What? Okay. Bobby?
All right, that's going to do it with me, or that's going to do it for us this week. You can follow us on Twitter on @InsertCoinTV. You can visit us at insertcointobegin.com. New articles going up daily, and you can join us live each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on live.sorgatronmedia.com. Special thanks to Michael Allen, who usually is with us doing the tweets. Helping with the notes and doing the tweets all night for us. And for @Sorgatron, @DRizz, @Chachi Says, I'm @BobbyFJTown. Game over.